What's up guys, TechLabs here, welcome back to another video, and today I wanted to do a very interesting comparison between those two phones, the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5s on their latest firmwares. As you know, the iPhone 5 has been dropped forever in this year for the iOS 10.3.3, so this is his last firmware, and unfortunately I had to give up the jailbreak on this device just for this test. And on the iPhone 5s we have the iOS 11.1 Beta 1, I believe, because that's the latest one that Apple's offers to us. And at some point, of course, this test may feel not that fair because this is the latest firmware for the iOS 10 and this is not, but believe me guys, always in the history Apple never ever improved any kind of performance on this all these devices, so I think it will be pretty fair. Of course, the main point of this test, why I'm doing this, is just to see how much of a difference between those devices. And on the iPhone 4, for example, on the iOS 7 the performance was really terrible, completely unusable device, and on the iPhone 4s this got a little bit better. Now we're gonna see how much that we really earned from these newer devices on the iOS 10.3.3 on this one, and the iOS 11. I believe this will be the last one. And now, yeah, let's start. And first of all, I wanted to start off from the simple test, just opening apps which we really use on a daily basis every single day. So let's start with the settings in 3, 2, 1. And it looks like it's faster on the iOS 10.3.3 on this guy. So now we're gonna open up the camera, probably the most demanding app. So as you can see, that's actually faster on the iPhone 5, and for some reason it's actually faster. So now let's say the weather app. Oh, now it's a different story, but as you can see, it's not a huge, a difference between those smartphones and iOS version. It's still pretty good on the iPhone 5. Now let's go ahead and open up, let's say, the App Store. So 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, that's actually faster on the iPhone 5. So I don't really get this point why it's so slow on the iPhone 5s, but still, as you can see, the iPhone 5 does a great job in here. And now let's go ahead and move on to the next one, where I'm going to be actually opening every single app that I have in here in that portion of the screen. And of course, I'm going to be setting up a timer on my iPhone that I have in here. So I'm going to also do the same for the iPhone 5s, and we're going to see the results. But now just enjoy. So as you can see, the iPhone 5 finished this little cycle in 51 seconds, and it's a pretty good result, I think. So now let's go ahead and move on to the iPhone 5s. And now the iPhone 5s, so as you can see, pretty much the same thing. So we have no apps currently opened in the multitasking, and now let's start. Alright, so messages. So as you can see, the iPhone 5s finished in 53 seconds, which is actually a worse result that we got with the iPhone 5. So I can tell you honestly, I haven't opened any apps after I updated my iPhone 5 to the iOS 10.3.3. So of course, iPhone 5 could even do better results than it did right now. So I pretty much believe that the iPhone 5 is actually faster than the iPhone 5s on this firmware. And of course, the last test we're gonna perform is the Geekbench one, and we're gonna see what is the performance of both of these devices. So while it's installing the Geekbench 4, I can tell you guys honestly that the performance in the browser, the browsing performance is actually better on the iPhone 5s. It's because it has, of course, the better processor, the better chip, the A7 new 64-bit processor. Well, this one has this old 32-bit, the A6 processor, the last one. But as you can see, when I tried downloading these apps, the iPhone 5s got it first. That's because of the Wi-Fi, I guess. So let me just go into here. And yeah, we have actually the better Wi-Fi in here. I don't know what is the reason why the iPhone 5s cannot get it first. So anyways, we're gonna wait until it's gonna be downloaded. So both of these iPhones have just finished the test, and the iPhone 5s did it almost 2 times faster, just because as you can see, that has almost double this multi-core score compared to the iPhone 5, but on a single core score, that's a little bit less than 2 times. But it really bothers me how iPhone 5s cannot handle this OS really well comparing to the iPhone 5. It feels just at least the same or even worse. So that's the thing that really bothers me, but there is nothing to really say here. Maybe there's more, you know, performance differences in the demanding apps, so like maybe games and stuff like this, video editing, but yeah, of course, if you're running the iOS, this would not give you any better results with the higher single core or multi-core scores. So what can I say about these two devices at the end? Well, I'm super impressed about the iPhone 5 performance, and you know, I just love how it handles the OS itself. There are no lags, and of course this is the latest and greatest OS that we had for this device, but you know, it feels just so perfect and fast. It's probably the best device that can handle the latest firmware for it, and comparing to the iPhone 4, the 4S, it was just, it is a day and night difference. And for the iPhone 5S, I should say that of course this device is pretty powerful on paper, but when it comes to handling the iOS, at least the iOS 11.1, it just feels a little bit slow, and I'm pretty impressed how it cannot just outperform the iPhone 5 on the latest firmware. So really, you know, kind of shocks me just to think about it, but hopefully Apple will improve the performance on this device. But again, guys, if you have the iPhone 5, there is almost no point to update to this guy, just because you will get almost the same, even worse performance on the latest firmware. And yeah, guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the video, because this one, it wasn't that, you know, normal that I usually do on the channel, but I just really thought that would be interesting for you. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a huge like on this video, so that would be so much appreciated, like always. And as always, guys, I really hope to see you around to my next one, and peace out.